Capricorn, hi, welcome back to Cardinal Tarot. This is going to be your November 2023 reading, but first, a couple of announcements. If you haven't already, make sure you're following Cardinal Tarot over on Instagram and TikTok. I post daily over there with quotes, readings, pick a card, stuff like that. Also, if you like my reading style and are interested in booking a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can find all the information for that at cardinalfiretarot.com. And let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to pull an overall energy for the reading from the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. Alright, so the overall energy for the reading is the crone. Let's go ahead and get some tarot with that. Capricorn, this looks like it's going to be a month of lessons for you. And that doesn't mean that necessarily like everything's going to shit. It's just not going how you necessarily planned. And with you being an earth sign and you being Capricorn, that's hard for you to adjust to. Earth signs tend to be a little more methodical and slow and, thinking through their process. So if it doesn't turn out how they envisioned it, it tends to be a little bit more of a letdown. Well, let's go ahead and start from the beginning. Overall energy for the reading, the crone. I am instantly drawn to the fact that the crone has the raven or crow in her hand. And then the Ace of Wands has the Phoenix in her hand. So it's like you're still getting results, just not the ones you envisioned. Like, let's say you were going for a Phoenix. We're just using this as a metaphor. If you were going for a Phoenix and you ended up with a crow, you still have a bird, but you might be looking at it like, what the fuck? I didn't want this bird, And so I'm drawn to that. And then also the crone. So in, Wicca and those kind of religions, belief systems, I don't know. They usually depict the divine feminine as the maiden, the mother, and the crone. The crone is the experienced, wise version of the divine feminine, meaning she's learned lessons along the way, quite a few. And she's seen some stuff. And the same goes for you for this month. It's like you're going to learn. You're going to get presented with opportunities and lessons. Then in the near past, we have the Ace of Wands. Again, this is you taking that idea that you have, that passion, the spark, and going for it. You're like, yep, I want this Phoenix. I'm going to make it happen. And there's nothing wrong with that energy. You have to want something in order to get it, right? You're never going to get something just by sitting around indifferent. You just can't be so rigid on it being exactly how you see it, because then you leave the universe no room to work its magic. Then in the current energy, we have the moon. There's a lot going on that you aren't aware of. I instinctually go to energetically. If you aren't seeing any progress, or sorry, I'm trying not to burn my house down. If you're not seeing any progress, or you're not seeing any results, and you're just feeling like it's all stagnancy, like it might not necessarily be true, because there could be energetic movement happening, or there could be, you know, roadblocks along the way that you can't see yet, but they're coming. You know, we'll get more when we clarify, but there's more going on than what meets the eye in the current energy. Then in the near future, we have the Two of Wands. This is where you have to move forward with faith. You have to release the rigid idea that you have for your life, for this plan, for whatever this is, and you have to be open to other possibilities, perhaps even better possibilities than what you could even imagine. Then in the energy that surrounds you, you have the Four of Wands. You seem to be in a very good space right now as far as your personal life, like your family, your housing, your friends, your hobbies, like that kind of level of personal. You seem to be really in a good space right now, which makes me think this might have to do with career, possibly. Doesn't have to be, but makes me think that. Then in your challenge, you have the King of Cups. Imagine that. A Capricorn's challenge is their emotions. You guys are very, it's not that you don't have emotions. It's that you have a very hard time sharing them with the people around you. You want to put on this mask, and you know, you don't really want anybody to let them in to see the authentic you most of the time. And so to show up with emotional maturity, meaning the ability to feel emotions, recognize their source, accept that that's where you're at, and then release them. That cycle is emotional maturity, and it's a very hard one to maintain. Even if you do it with one emotion, you gotta keep doing it every time an emotion comes up. It's not easy. And so that looks like your challenge this month. And then your strength is the Two of Pentacles. So I think this transition into the Two of Wands, into the unknown territory, you're gonna be more open than you realized. It doesn't mean you're going to be happy about it. That doesn't mean that it's going to be a flawless transition. But Two of Pentacles, it's oftentimes a card of indecision, but you have to think in mind, there's also somewhat of a fluidity to the Two of Pentacles. Because if you look at the traditional Rider-Waite deck, the Two of Pentacles is held within the infinity sign. So there's this fluidity between right and left, up and down, yin yang, masculine, feminine, whatever. Like, you know, whatever that is that you can't decide and you're juggling between, it also speaks to being able to gracefully transition back and forth. And I mean, look, in this card, we've got, hold on, let me get closer so you can see. We've got the crone holding one pendulum, and then the maiden holding another. So it's that ability to go from this space of wisdom and experience to this space of naive, I say naive, not in a bad way, but naive enthusiasm, pure enthusiasm, without, you know, thinking of what could go wrong. Like, they both have their place, right? So it's that ability to transition between the two. All right, so I want to go ahead and get some clarifiers out. I want to start by clarifying the crone and the overall energy for the reading. clarifying the crone, we have the Chariot, the Page of Wands, and the Two of Cups. So I take back what I just said earlier about this being perhaps about your career or business. Excuse me, Capricorn, I am not bored with your reading. I am just very exhausted in general. It's not this reading or you. I just completely lost my train of thought. Oh, I take back that it might be about career and business. I think for a lot of you, it's actually going to be around a relationship because we have the Chariot and the Two of Cups, and both those cards speak to love. And this is the third two to come out on the table. We have the Two of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Cups. So this is it's a month for messy progress. And what I mean by that is twos they're the first step within a suit. So you start at ace, that's the beginning, right? And the 2 is just right there. The 10 would be the completion of the suit, but the 2 is the very first step. So it's going to be messy, and it's going to be unsure, and it's going to be a learning process, you know? The crone doesn't get to wake up one morning and be the crone and have all the knowledge. That's not how that works. She has to live it and experience it and retain the information that is supposed to be, learned from each of the lessons. And, it's not an overnight process. That's a lifetime to get to that space. All right, let's go ahead and clarify the Ace of Wands in your recent past. All right, clarifying the Ace of Wands, we have the Hermit, the Two of Coins again, and the Fool. Yeah, so how we were just talking about this Two of Pentacles over here and how it was the shift between the Maiden and the Crone. You've got now the duality between the Hermit and the Fool. So this space in the past, you were like ready, gung-ho, going for it. But then also very contemplative at the same time and willing to take those moments of isolation in which to, analyze and think about and meditate on the journey. And so it's really actually quite impressive how fluid you're jumping back and forth between two extremes. Because you have to, okay, if you think about the Maiden and the Crone, those are the two extremes of the Divine Feminine. There is a middle ground between the two. It's the Mother. But you're jumping from Maiden energy to Crone energy. And not only are you jumping, but you're jumping back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So, they're big energies that you're juggling, is what I'm trying to say. This is big stuff going on. Let's clarify the Moon and the current energy. Ooh, that was too many, but I am going to take that one right there. All right, so clarifying the Moon, we have the Page of Coins, Seven of Swords, and the Empress. It's that same energy. It's just coming through in a different form, but you're still living two extremes simultaneously. And I don't know how much I want to get into all the quantum physics nerdy stuff, probably not a lot, but timelines all exist simultaneously, okay? If you are into that stuff and you do that research, then that's pretty much the consensus. Hold on, this candle is gonna burn out. Oh my God, I feel like it's my birthday. There we go. All right, so if the timelines happen simultaneously, and not only that, but quantum entanglement is where one item gets split and they go off into different directions. And what happens to one happens to the other, even with the distance between them. So, you are the Maiden and the Crone right now. And you are the Page of Coins, who seemingly doesn't know what they're doing and is coming through as a page, and the Empress, the absolute divine feminine, the 4 queens combined in one major arcana. And so the 7 of Swords is like, goes with the moon in the deceptive energy, because it's like you're shifting timelines back and forth between the two. And in doing so, you may think you're not making any project, but energetically, you have surpassed your wildest dreams. You know? You're not seeing everything where you're at your vantage point right now. You can't see everything that's going on and happening. All right, let's clarify that 2 of Wands in your near future. All right, clarifying the 2 of Wands. We have the Queen of Wands, Temperance, the 2 of Swords. So we now have all of the 2s on the table, all 4. 2 of Swords and the Star. So whereas here, you were coming through as the Ace of Wands. So this was idea, passion, spark, drive, like, I want to go do this. It's the beginning stages. Now here, you're coming through as the Queen of Wands. And so you coming through as the feminine version of wand energy means that you're learning along the way that the goal isn't to work harder. It's not a hustle mentality, like you gotta go, 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 go in order to just be getting by. Like that's not it. You're learning that you can sit in your feminine energy. Doesn't matter if you're masculine, you're male or female. You can sit in your feminine energy and you can find the balance and the patience and the divinity within you in order to follow your path. Whether or not you know what that path is, 2 of Wands, 2 of Swords, you have no flipping idea. But the universe does. But Source does. Your guides do. Because you have the Star coming out. And that is your divine path in this 3D reality. All right, let's clarify the 4 of Wands and the energy that's surrounding you. All right, clarifying the 4 of Wands, we have the 8 of Coins, the Hierophant, and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, as you learn about yourself through this I'm going to be completely honest. I damn near forgot about this Chariot, Two of Cups over here with the relationship and all of this, because only your energy is coming through. You are coming through so strongly in this divide between the two dualities that is not really about this person. This person might be the catalyst. This person might be motivation for you. This person might be set a good example and be somewhat of a mentor for you. This person might be a lesson for you. It's not really about the other person. It's about you stepping into every version of yourself. All the versions of yourself. And so over here, the energy that surrounds you is that as you learn about yourself, then your relationships grow stronger. But it's still very much a trial and error, just like this energy. Because it's like you're learning, and so you're going to keep making mistakes, and you're going to have to figure out what works best for, you and for this person and for the relationship as a whole. But it looks like there's just a lot of love to start with, and then communication is beautiful. So it's okay that you don't have all the answers, Capricorn. It's okay, because you two are going to figure it out along the way. All right, let's clarify the King of Cups in your challenge. All right, clarifying the King of Cups, we have the Four of Coins, the Five of Coins, and the Eight of Wands. Yeah, you are... I don't want to say block, but the speed bump that's catching you here within your emotions is that you are holding them all in for fear of it creating confrontation. We've got 4 coins, 5 coins. So that is a numerical progression. You start with the 4 coins, which is holding it all in, it's mine. And then the 5 of coins is when you finally start to release it, and then you get hit with the exterior opposing forces. I'm going to go with most of this is probably imagined confrontation. I don't think with this energy coming through and this energy coming through here, I don't think if you were to open up and share how you're feeling with this person, I don't think they're just going to shit all over that. I think they would be very open and receptive and willing to communicate. So this, to me, stems from your anxiety. You don't have concrete proof that this is the result of you opening up. But that fear is enough to keep you frozen for right now. So it's something that should, in due time, get addressed. Maybe start by talking to your person about why you're so freaked out to talk to them. And maybe they can offer some reassurance that would help melt the anxiety. All right, let's clarify the Two of Pentacles in your strength. All right, Capricorn, clarifying the Two of Pentacles, we have the Lovers, the World, and Justice. Wow. Big, big energy coming through. 3 major arcanas right there. As you're closing out timelines and stepping into new ones, you are creating your karma or your journey, you know. If you're at this vibrational frequency, you're going to attract stuff at that vibrational frequency. If you're at this vibrational frequency, you're going to attract things at this vibrational frequency. And so your ability to switch back and forth between the innocence of the maiden and the wisdom of the crone is really serving you in that you can show up in both timelines. You can be the maiden when you need to be. You can be eager, excited, you know, hopeful. But then you can also be the crone when you need to be. You can be wise and somewhat maternal and experienced. So, you being able to go back and forth is your ability to switch timelines back and forth. And in doing so, you create your future path. So that's what I have for you for this month, Capricorn. I hope that you resonated with the message. And if you did, I would love to hear any thoughts, opinions, ideas, anything that you want to share down below in the comments. And if you did resonate with the message, I would be so grateful if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. It really does help the channel grow. And I think that's all I have. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you next time. Bye.